Very good evening to you, my noble friend. Be very welcome to Access Rede, my noble friends.
Hello.
This is DJ Broken Glass from Vampire Noise Radio Show, directly from Mexico. Be very welcome, man.
Hello. Well, very good evening there in Brazil. Right now is a good afternoon. Right now here in Mexico is good afternoon. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad to be here. Um, I'm so thankful to all of you, to you, and to all the people that is watching right now this live session. Hello, everybody.
Oh, be very welcome, my noble friend. It is fantastic to be able to bring together the vamp community of South America and Mexico in this historical edition tonight here, afternoon there. We have 2 hours of difference right now on the time zones, but we are here. But Broken Glass, please tell us more about the Vampire Noise radio show. Who were the first editions? What you doing in the radio show? Please tell us more of your fantastic radio show.
Well, first of all, about um, I'm gonna tell you the story of Vampire Noise. First of all, in the beginning, Vampire Noise started as a DJ project because Dorian and me, we are DJs. We are DJs, and well, for I don't know. I am a DJ for I have been a DJ for 16 years, and Dorian like 5 years, yeah, DJing in the underground scene. Um, we started as a DJ duo, like a versus spectacle, a versus show. We started playing in some underground events, underground places, and well, in that time, I had this friend called Rick that he was working in an internet radio station, and after some live presentations, I proposed him to start a radio program uh, that has the objective to promote and help all the underground artists, not only bands, uh, but painters, writers, performers, all the underground scene in Mexico. So in Mexico only, we started from Mexico, and all this idea we started creating all this idea, and the next week that we started talking about that, we were recording our first radio program. I remember that we started like in August. So in August we started. Right now we are close to the second anniversary of Vampire Noise. We started in August, so we are so close to the second anniversary. So in general, we started as a national program to promote all this talent, all the Mexican underground talent. So that's why. And the first editions were, as I told you, in radio. It was only radio, and we started recording the programs in a Spreaker, in a mobile app, and we recorded live, and then they were like podcasts. They were recorded like podcasts, and we started the program like this, inviting in a personal way. It was That was before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we started inviting all the artists, the bands, the creators, the artists. We were we were inviting them to that place. It was like a small apartment. It was a small apartment where we drank a lot of beer. We drank a lot of beer with the artists. We convived, we talked with them, and I think that part of the success of this program is because we are so close to the artists. Yes, we don't have that ego problems. Yes, that ego problems like I'm a best artist like you. No, no, no. Here in this program we have a phrase, and the phrase in Spanish is de la banda para la banda. So it's like in English it's like we are the same as the artists. Okay, we are not better than them, and they are not better than us. So we are the same, and that's why I think the artists are. I think they feel comfortable with us.
Yeah, this is amazing. We have this opportunity to talk with the bands, with the artists, bring more together all these amazing people who create so many amazing creations. It's a great privilege. It's a great gift on our lives, and I understand you perfectly, my noble friend. And I must, and I need to ask you to tell to you, since 2020, we have more closely followed the beauty and the wide cultural production of the darks and gothic events in Mexico, but we still know little about the Mexican vampiric community. Please tell us a little more about all this, how it
Mm,
happens on Mexico.
nowadays, the vampire community in Mexico is mixed with all the gothic and dark subculture. We are mixed together. Obviously, there are separated groups, there are clans, but they are so small. Obviously, it's like, for example, the Vampire Court of Mexico. They are a clan, but in general we coexist. We coexist with goths, with dead rockers, with punks, with darks, industrials, and other groups of underground people. It's like a big brotherhood. Because when you assist to an event, to an underground event in Mexico, in a bar like the Real Under, or the Utah, or some other places, other underground places in Mexico. When you go and spend time there, you can find different kinds of people. You can drink beer with, I don't know, with a punk. You can drink beer um, with a goth, with a metalhead, with all kinds of people. So it's like a big family, a big brotherhood.
Yes, this is more or less it's what happens here too. Everybody loves the same bands, the same songs. Everybody loves the clothes, the style, the moves, the music, and this is amazing. It's amazing. Reunite all peoples like a great brotherhood is something that I must tell you. I miss this. I feel a great miss of all this because we are can't realize events during the pandemic is here on Brazil. It's not safe, but it's something that miss
It's
to my
so
heart.
difficult. It's
It's
so
cool
difficult
play
right
on
now.
it's cool DJ streaming on internet. It's funny. It's very
It, it,
good.
it's
But
so cool, but it's not the same. It's not the
yeah,
same to go and assist to an event, to a live event, or to a concert, where you can find your old friends, your old the people, where you the people that you convive every Saturday or every Friday. You drink beer with them. You dance and all that stuff. So it's very very difficult, but it's so good. It's so good that we can stay in touch with in this kind of programs or in this kind of apps in this kind of apps like Zoom or like StreamYard or uh, things like this. Yes, that we can stay together, not in personal, but uh, only like talking and watching each other is like so good.
Yes. Oh, eu quero também agradecer aqui no Brasil, DJ, my noble brother, DJ Ives Morgan, is here translating from English to Portuguese here on the chat our conversation here. This is amazing. Um, okay, Broken. What are the main pains that the Mexican and Goths and underground peoples face in their daily lives on Mexico? And is there any prejudice on account of the visuals and themes explored in our universe, or the things are more relaxed, more easy there on Mexico?
You know, Mexico City is. I'm talking about the center of Mexico City. It has a wide range, a big range of subcultural and contracultural groups with their own fads and fashions, with their own thoughts, with their own or ideologies. Most of them are still discriminated by people, by normal people, normal people, um, because the way they dress, because their ideology. But I think people is now a little bit more tolerant than 20 years ago. Uh, some people still tell you uh, bad jokes or insult you or say bad words to you just because you are wearing makeup, you are wearing a white makeup, or you are wearing other kind of clothes. Yes, you are wearing gothic clothes, or you are wearing I don't know, a different hairdress or something like that. Yes, there are some people that still discriminate you here in the center of Mexico City, but it's not like 20 years ago. But outside the center of Mexico, in the other states, there is a strong discrimination nowadays. There is still a strong discrimination. For example, in Puebla, they are still the people there is like so religious nowadays. Yes, they're so religious, and they mostly they don't like to see people like us. They don't like to see these kind of gothics. But I think they are a little bit more tolerant. It's not like a lot of years ago, like 30 years ago or 20 years ago. It's not the same right now. Uh, yeah, there are still people that talks things and invent things like we are real vampires, or that we are like sorcerers. Yes, we are well, girls are witches or things like that. They are still inventing things, but it's not so much like 20 years ago.
Yeah, here on 20 years ago was very hard times here. We have in Brazil two crimes where two peoples die in another state there, and this starts a great campaign against underground and against vampires and against goths, of course, and principally against the role-playing game, because uh,
Oh,
because the role-playing game and the goths and the vampires didn't have any kind of relation with the criminal or with the events, but because the girls who died on these two crimes in different states, the local police and some religious fanatics try to criminalize the underground music, the role playing games, the goths, the vampires. All that was a kind of a kind of problem for Tay, and was hard times. This reflected on our local underground here on a very negative way in many senses, but the things we start a long time project in offer information, in offer events, cultural production, books, movies about all this content, and the things are more easy. The things are more comfortable here, on at least on São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and also in the capitals here on Brazil. But yes, 20 years ago was terrible times. Was really terrible times here too, my friend. And yes, religious peoples with more more peoples who act like fanatics on religions are a hard topic here on our land too. But yes,
you know,
we still here. we
it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable. I was reading the comments here in Twitch, and there is a question of TMP Fernando, TMP Fernando.
yeah.
It says he has a question. Do you realize clothing as a way for people to try to be part of a group or someone acting like this? Fernando. I really think that if you wear something, if you wear a certain kind of clothing, you have to know why. You have to know why you are wearing that. Yes, I really think that if you are, for example, if you are wearing a Mohican, yes, a Mohican hair dress, you have to know why you are wearing. What is the beginning of that, or what is the story behind that? If you are wearing Victorian clothes, you should know at least you should know the story of that. If you are wearing Gothic clothes, just uh, to impress a group of people, for example, other gods, to impress other gods. I think it's like something that you are not. Yes, you are a false. You are like there is a name in English. There is a name in English that it's like a poser. Yes, the name in English is like a poser. And this word sounds so strong. This word sounds so rude, but the real meaning of poser is like you are only making the pose. You are only like a false person that you are not. It's like only the like
Mhm.
giving an appearance only. So if you are going to wear something, if you are going to dress like someone else, or dress like a god, or dress like a vampire, or dress like a punk, or dress like any other subculture or contraculture, you need to know why are you wearing that clothes. Well, that's my appreciation.
Yes, yes, it's a good point. if you gonna wear, if you want to wear something, do discover first what the story of all this, all the identity of all this, what are behind all this of these topics. This is a great
Exactly.
view, my noble friend. And now let's talk about music. At least we are DJs. Mexican
Yeah.
bands like Rosico and also La Bande Som Imaginari are very well known and appreciated here in South America. I watched a great show of Rosico some years ago at Madame Underground Club, our most amazing club here on São Paulo. And also the La Bande Som Imaginari already play in our online festival in last year. And the man is totally amazing. His video clips.
Energetic.
It's
Energetic.
energetic. It's an immersive experience. Are two great examples of Mexican bands for us here on Brazil. But I have a great suspect with dark wave bands from Mexico. Exist many more bands on your country. Please present to us. Tell us a bit more about these Mexican bands.
Well, as producer and conductor of a radio program like Vampire Noise, we started interviewing a lot of Mexican talent, a lot of Mexican bands, and I really started knowing all the impressive talent that it's right now in Mexico in a lot of music genders. Uh, well, for example, in talking about electronic genders, we have a selector that it's like a dark electro, but they are impressive, and they have another two side projects. They have like a Circuito Cerrado is another side project of Selector. Um, they are so talented. Their music is like, oh, so nice, and they have traveled around the world presenting their project there in Europe, in Russia, in United States, in South America, and bunches of places. Talking about I don't know, death rock or post punk, there are bunches of new bands here in Mexico. There is a lot of young talent, here in Mexico, and well, I can give you some examples like Estrero. Estrero is a very nice band, a very nice post punk band and fusion band. Um, Estrero, they are Virtual Dose. Virtual Dose. It's a very nice project. There is another one called Decena Trágica. Decena Trágica is another very nice band. Decena Trágica. There are bunches of bands. Well, if you want to check a lot of bands like this, you can go and find We Are One Records. We Are One Records is a music label that is in charge to get all that underground talent, and they have signed post punk bands, electronic bands, death rock bands, fusion. So it's very nice. So I really recommend uh, to go and check We Are One Records. All the bands of that label are so talented, so talented. We have another band that it's like fusion. They make fusions with electronic, hard rock, and a little bit punk, and they are called Bulbo Project. Bulbo Project is it's so energetic. Their shows are no, oh my god, they are we have met many years ago. and all their shows were like so energetic, so full of jumpings, of slams, and a lot of good music. They are so talented.
Oh, it's very names. It's very attractive bands. I want to know and I want to hear all these bands. I have an idea, Broken. Um, After our interview in these next days, do you want to organize a list of Mexican bands in YouTube and send to me the link of these bands, his videos on YouTube, and we make a great and expressive post on our site, redevampirica.com, promoting Vampire Noise and all these bands select this for you?
Yeah. I can send you. I can make a playlist, and I will I will send you. I will send it to you. So all the people in Brazil can listen to all this big talent. But when we started with this interview program, we really wanted to show Mexican talent. But then we started receiving a lot of requests and a lot of songs and projects from other countries. We started receiving people from Peru, from Colombia, from Argentina, and then we had an idea. We had this idea to make a special program once a month, to make a vampire noise international vampire noise. And we were inviting bands from other parts of the world, mostly from Latin American countries. Yes, mostly from I don't know, from Colombia, from Venezuela, from Peru, from Argentina. And it was really amazing, really amazing. All the good, well, not the good, the excellent bands that that are right now in all Central and South America. In all the Central and South America, there is a lot of talent, a lot of talent. So that's why we started making this special vampire noise program. Um, and but we That was surprising, because then we got the chance to interview Johnny Indovina from Human Drama. And we were like
Whoa!
we were like, oh my god, is that real? Yeah, we have Johnny Indovina in an interview. And it was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And when we had this interview, like months ago, we had the opportunity 2 weeks ago to interview Matthew Setzer, a guitarist from London After Midnight. So it was like, oh my god, it was it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe that. It was like, hey, I have this interview with Matthew Setzer, and we want you to interview him. And it was like, oh my god, okay, yes. And I don't know why, but we are starting with this interviewing famous, so famous and iconic members of great bands. And right now, for example, next week we are going to interview Cinquerin. Cinquerin is the guitarist of Ministry. So
Yeah.
it, it's unbelievable too. And it was like, oh my god, how can we did this? How can we did this? But it's so impressive. It's really really impressive.
Yes, and there's something very very cool around the international interviews, principally when we need to talk English. I don't know if it happens to you, but when you meet someone that you are a great fan of his work, your English, uh, you can't think in English by the first moment. These kind of things already happening to you.
I think that these two interviews, these two big interviews with Human Drama and Matthew Setzer, I was so nervous, and it's because it's not it's like you are interviewing an icon. You are interviewing an artist that it's well known in all the world, and it's so difficult. It's so difficult. It was like, oh my god, I'm gonna interview Johnny Indovina, and I have a picture with Johnny Indovina many years ago. I have when he was in Mexico. Well, he likes to be in Mexico City, like he loves Mexico City. And the last time he was here, I was in an underground bar, and he was drinking a beer with another person in like three tables far from me, and I was talking with my girlfriend, and it was like, hey, is that John Indovina? Yes, yes, I think he is. Yeah, okay. And if I go and ask for a picture, do you think that he's going to be mad? He's going to get angry? No, no, I don't think so. So I stood up, and I said, hey, Johnny, can I take your photo, please? And it was like, yeah, sure. He stood up. We took the picture, and I give thanks, and he was so nice. And it was like, oh my god. And when we had this interview with him, he he was another kind of person. I really think that he was going to be I don't know, like egocentric or something, but no, he's a very very nice person. And the same happened with Matthew Setzer. Matthew Setzer is the nicest person that I have ever known. He's so nice. He is so talkative. He's so talkative. He liked to continue for hours and hours with the interview. So we talked that when we finished the interview, we had like 2 hours of interview, and we couldn't finish. We couldn't finish. So we were saying, okay, I would invite you another program, because we have to talk a little bit more. He has a lot of things to say. So I think that this kind of opportunities are invaluable. They are invaluable. They're so invaluable, and I give thanks. I give thanks to all this space, this radio program that we have created to give this opportunity to all the talents, and these icons, these music icons, to express how they are outside the scenarios, outside the concerts.
Mhm. Yeah, this kind of meeting is amazing. When we may visit the backstage of a great show, of a great band, of a band of our friends, is always a great time. Beer, wine, and great talks, and it's amazing part of the DJ life, I think. And I need to ask you about this. Thanks to the great, fantastic film festivals held in Brazil, like Cine Fantasy and Cine Phenomena, we know some incredible films from there, Mexico, like Alucardos. I think that Vampire Lesbios, that is a kind of artistic and masterpiece of vampiric movies from last decades, and even iconic characters from Mexican movies like El Santo, the wrestler fight with a mask, and there's a movie where he fight with vampires, and I watched this movie on in one of these movie festivals here, and it was amazing. I see after, many years after on the TV series they strain, they make a great homage to this character, and it's something very cool. But we believe that there are many other movies about vampires, ghosts, terror, and suspense movies on Mexico. Can you suggest some Mexican movies, some produced there, and who knows, talk a little bit of these movies?
Well, Mexico is like it's. I think that they have like mm, like very the directors in Mexico right now like to write or like to direct movies like they are not like very common to make vampire movies. Well, long time ago, I don't know, in the very in the very beginnings of the 50s or 60s, um, directors in Mexico started filming vampire or terror films. Yeah, they were so empirical. They were so empirical, but the actors and the and that time they were okay, they were good because there was no not a lot of money. There was not a lot of a big amount of money to make a good film, to make a good terror film, because of the special effects and all that stuff. But I think a good film, a good vampire film, of the contemporary Mexican films is Kronos of Guillermo del Toro.
Classical.
Yes, so I think it's a classical film, Kronos. Obviously, Alucarda is a very nice film. Um, and a very old film is The Curse of Nostradamus. The Curse of Nostradamus.
I
It's very
heard
nice.
about this movie.
Yeah, The Curse of Nostradamus was so old. Was a very old film. It was a very old film. It was held in 1960. In 1960, very old. Another one that it's El Mundo de los Vampiros. El Mundo de los Vampiros. So old films is in 1962, 1960, and we had a lot of, I think, between 60s and 70s, we had a lot of terror films like this, with a little amount of money. Directors could held very nice terror films. Nowadays, that terror films are not so they are not so affordable. They are not so affordable because people right now is like they want to see and they want to watch films from other countries. They want to watch United States films, Hollywood films, or maybe British films, terror films like that. I think that there are not a lot of directors that want that right now want uh, to film or to direct a terror film right now. I think that it's like I think that it's like in standby here. Terror films and vampire films in Mexico right now, they are like in a standby. Like, okay, we are going to wait. We're not going to start filming things like this because they have other interests. Right now, directors have other interests. They are more like, right now, a lot of directors, film directors in Mexico, are more interested in filming documentaries or in filming like light comedies, light comedies, or filming dramas. So right now, terror films are like a little bit in the corner.
Yes, this I think this happens. No, I think I have impression, yeah, that this kind of effect happens in Central and South America too. Only through this last decade we have a a great production of horror and terror movies here on Brazil. Oh, in the 60s, we have the great classic, the Coffin Joe, a call here of Zé do Caixão. He was a terror movie maker, a kind of iconic monster for our Brazilian imaginary. Did you know the movies of Coffin Joy or Zé do Caixão?
No, no, I haven't seen them. If you want to, if you would like to recommend me some of these films, you can write them on the inbox and
Oh,
share that material because I really want to know about them.
oh, okay. We will exchange many links after this interview,
Yeah,
my noble friend.
exactly. Yeah, we have a lot of things to share.
Yes, we will create many interesting contents, dark contents for our audiences, I think. Oh, and I need to ask to you, yeah, this is oh, okay. Oh, the peoples on the chat are making recommendations of the Coffin Joe movies for you, and I think you will
Thank
enjoy.
you,
You will
thank
enjoy.
you,
Zé do
thank you.
Caixão, it's a great Brazilian character. The actor and movie director who plays Zé do Caixão called José Mojica Marins. He died last year, 1 month before the beginnings of the pandemic is here. But he's an old man, but a true master of horror movies.
I'm watching right now the comments on the chat. And it was like uh, there is a comment. I don't really understand Portuguese. Like a comment that it's Camida too.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what did he write?
Oh
He
yeah.
said like
We
meu
we
lado gosta de homem. I don't know.
okay, we have Camden. Camden is a long time member of our audience, and sometimes we have two peoples here. It's Camida and Felipe Aragão. He always talking about food. It's because must be the hour here. They must feel hungry when they watch our show, and they are speaking about foods, Brazilian foods and
Yeah.
international foods here, exchanging recipes. It's yes, yes, this happens all the time here.
Very good. Yeah, but because he said like dice meu. Well, I don't know Portuguese. I don't know how to pronounce Portuguese. I really like to learn. I really like to learn Portuguese. But he said meu lado gay gosta de homem.
Yeah, she's talking. I'm not sure what happened on the conversation some minutes ago there. But Camila says, yes, Camila is it's a woman, and she say her gay side love men's. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes here in Brazil we need to be. Some kinds here in Brazil are weird, very weird,
Well,
weird.
but they are watching and listening the program, so it's very nice to have them here. Uh, very good.
Yeah, sometimes our chat becomes surreal. It's like a picture of Salvador Dali.
Very good. Okay. Well, well, talking a little bit about well films, and we can talk about books too, about
Oh
literature.
yes, we can.
Uh,
Yes, we
you know,
can.
here in Mexico, there is an author, there is a very famous author here in the underground, in the literature. It's an independent writer called Carlos Camaleon. He's a very famous writer, and he has written a lot of books about vampires. He has written books like Vampiros en Guadalajara. It's a name of the book. It's the name of the book, Vampiros en Guadalajara, and the book is about. Imagine that a group of vampires, arrive to a state here in Mexico. It's a story. It's a story that it's here. That it's a national story about vampires. So it's very nice.
Oh, this is very cool. What is? Please repeat his name of the author,
The author is Carlos Camaleon.
Carlos
Carlos
Camaleão.
Camaleon, and the name of the book is Vampiros en Guadalajara. Well, he has written other books, other vampire books, like Vampiros y otras adicciones, Vampires and Other Addictions.
Oh,
It's another book about vampires. There is another writer. It's a girl that is called Sara Lena Jimenez. Yes, that
mhm.
she wrote another book. Let me check the name that it's. Um, Let me check the name. She wrote about a very famous vampire girl. Let me check. Let me find it. I'm looking for the name is checking here in my WhatsApp. I have all the information here. Mm, Um, is the author is Sara Lena Jimenez. I'm gonna check here. Mm, Okay, it's another author, and the name. Let's see. The name is El Legado. The name of the book is El Legado, and it's a vampire book.
Mm.
So it's a very nice vampire book. Sara Lena Jimenez, and the name of
Sara
the book
Lena
is El
Jimenez,
Legado.
El Legado. Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
So
Must be very good ones. And
I think that nowadays uh, vampire books have more acceptation here in Mexico with independent authors, independent writers than movies. They have more acceptance than movies.
mm-hmm. Oh, there's an interesting production of vampire books, terror movies, and fantastic literature there too. And this is exciting. Oh, my friend, we have a question here. We have a question here from our member of our audience, Kakoi. It's Kakoi? Yeah, it
Okay,
was
tell
Kakoi.
me.
Yeah, I would like to know if you ever participated in one Day of the Dead event in Mexico, o Dia de los Muertos. And yeah,
Ah, Day of the Dead. Yes. Let me check here. If I have participated in Day of the Dead's events, Day of the Dead events. Well, yes. As a DJ, I have participated in many events, in many musical events, and most of them dedicated to Day of the Dead. That here in Mexico is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. But as we are so close from United States, we have combined the tradition, this tradition from Day of the Dead with Halloween. So uh, we celebrate 3 days dedicated to all the dead people, and dedicated to costumes, dedicated to wear masks, dedicated to dark things. Yes. Okay, but well, obviously we live in an eternal Halloween. Yeah. we Gothic people and vampires and post-punkers, dead rockers, we live in an eternal Halloween. But uh, here in Mexico, we can right now we can dedicate three days, 3 days to celebrate these dark days. Yes, this Halloween, then Day of the Dead, and Children Day of the Dead. It's because here in Mexico we have these 2 days dedicated to, first of all, dedicated to their children, and the other day is dedicated to the adult, dead people.
mhm. Oh, this is an interesting topic. We watched the videos, the pictures of the people who painted his faces like the it's
Katrinas.
Catrina, yeah, Catrina y los Cabelitos. I'm not sure if this is the correct name. And yes, it's very beautiful. We realized Halloween here in 20, 2019, the year before the pandemic, 2 years
Yeah,
ago, called Ônibus Macabro, Macabre Bus. It was an event on a party bus with a dance floor, a bar, DJ, our DJ Yves Morgan was playing that. I sent to you the link of this event, the movie of this event. You will enjoy
yeah.
too much. And we have my wife was painted her face like Catalina, and she was very beautiful. And yes, there's a magic around all this. Please, may you tell a bit more about this? I'm not sure if a character, but about this Catalina.
Well, it's a character as that. It's a character created by a painter, created by a famous painter called Posadas. This famous painter is called Posadas, and he lived many years ago. He lived many years ago. I think like 19. I don't know, in 1940 something. Yes. And he liked to paint things, traditions, and things that happened every day in Mexico. Yes. He liked to paint and to make wood carvings, grabados. Yes, wood carvings. And well, he created this character, the Katrina, to show like the to show that it's a person from a with an economic power. It's a very rich woman, a very rich woman that has debt, that has debt, and this character is always elegant, is always elegant, and he's always wearing so elegant clothes. So it's a way to show uh, the high economic uh, well, the difference between economy here in Mexico, the people that is so poor, people that it's like medium rate in economy, and the millionaires or the richest people. So like a like a social it was like a social uh, mm, like it's something like a social reprise, like social news, talking about that, so talking about social news, social um, social fighting and economic fighting in Mexico
Hmm.
City.
Oh, this is very good. It's very good here, and this make the image more clear for us. Yeah, it's amazing character. It's very beautiful and very elegant, distinct. Uma personagem
Yeah,
distinta, muito bela, La Catlina. Yes, very appreciate here. I have a now. Just make me think a little bit, and I wish, well, I'm not on our script of this interview, but I wish to ask to you something about La Santísima Muerte. It's a very interesting image on Mexico, from Mexico. We see on movies, we see in TV series like Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. We see in books. We see people talking about. And do you know a, a little bit of her history? It's a familiar theme to you.
it's like it's familiar, but it's like something that I don't believe in. I don't believe in.
Hmm.
La Santa Muerte. It's a religious cult. It's a religious cult here in Mexico, and it is often related to people that it's involved in the commerce, or in other ways, in other not so good ways of getting money. Yeah,
Oh.
if you understand me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. I got.
Yeah. So they think that La Santa Muerte protects them of being harmed or injured, or and gives them favors, special favors. And it is a big religious cult. A lot of people believes in La Santa Muerte. In fact, the um, the church, okay, the Catholic Church in Mexico does not recognize this as a cult, or does not recognize that Santa Muerte, because they don't recognize that it's a Santa, that it's a saint. They don't
Hmm.
recognize it. So it is well known that it's not a good character for the Catholic and Christian Church. So that's why it's considered a cult. It's not considered a religion, as that is a cult.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. Yeah, it's something for us on Brazil, very very far away from Mexico. It's a powerful symbol who when we talk about Mexico always appear here on the conversations here. And yes, it's very, and always it's very interesting. Well, asking for you who lives on Mexico. and talk a little bit more, offers for us this your perspective, your views. This is very amazing, and I appreciate that. And I need to ask to you something very important, and also I need to ask to you this is something very important, and it's a kind of question that all my guests on the show never escapes. Okay, my noble friend DJ Broken Glass, in the pop culture or even in the movies or in folklore or maybe in the arts or literature, which are your favorite vampire character?
Oh,
It's a
I
classical
think.
question from our show.
mm, Well, I really like the figure of Vlad Tepes, the
Ooh.
figure the historical figure of Vlad Tepes. Lately, he was considered by Bram Stoker. He was considered as a vampire, as one of the oldest vampires. This character, but I really like the work around all the written work around the figure of Vlad Tepes, because Bram Stoker created created another way to show Vlad Tepes, not as a killer, not as a not as a governor. He showed us Vlad Tepes um, as a as a as a delicate person who was in love, and that love uh, turned into sadness, and into his way to solve his life to be eternal. So I think that it was a very nice way to show to show to show Vlad Tepes as another kind of person, not the killer, not the big killer he was.
Yes, he was a powerful one, interesting character. My first book called Mysterious Vampiricals. We dedicated expressive amount of pages dedicated to the historical image of Vlad the Draco and Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Third, or even both members of House Basarabi. And this house is had an amazing history that we always dedicated some another expressive amounts of page of this book to the Order of the Dragon, which both are was
The Order of the
members,
Dragon.
and we realized, curated historical research, that we find the origins of this order, his first years, and what happened after Vlad Tepes, and what happened to this order until they reach the Russian Khazars in the 19th century. It's a very rich theme. It's a very very amazing and powerful theme.
So
It's a great
interesting.
historical character. And
Yeah, so interesting.
yes, my friend, we are reaching the last minutes of our show, of our interview, and we have an invitation to you. We hope to count on your participation, the participation of the DJs of Vampire Noise in our Rede Vamp Dark Online Festival of June. They will be called Enamorados Redevamp Dark Online Festival because not sure in English how may sound this, but yeah, it's we have a date in June. Who is the date of the Enamorados here, and we
It's
won't
like
have.
it's like February 14 for for United States or Mexico, like
Valentine, yes, our
like
Valentine's Day
Valentine's
is
Day.
to
Yeah,
it's in June, and we wait and want to have you both play with us a great and amazing DJ set. May we count with you?
yeah, yeah. I really want to participate.
Oh,
So
amazing! We will talk
let
more in the next days. We talk a bit more and we make the schedule and all this technical part. Okay, and
yeah.
and yes, we are now in our last minutes. Please, my noble friend DJ Broken Glass, how my audience may reach you, where they may listen your amazing radio show, and in the social networks, websites. Please give the link. Speak the link
Well,
for
I'm
they.
gonna I'm gonna give a lot of links, a lot of links. First of all, my personal Facebook site is Mariano Paredes. You can find me there like Mariano Paredes in Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me like DJ Broken Glass on Instagram. On well, talking about the program, talking about Vampire Noise, you can find us in Facebook as Vampire Noise, Vampire Noise, like that. You can find on Instagram in the name We Are Vampire Noise. On Instagram is We Are Vampire Noise. Um, well, we have some other pages, uh, or our sponsors, like our sponsors. We have a Neurona 6.6 is the name of the radio station. Neurona 6.6 on Facebook. We have Cats Productions, Cats with Z. Okay, Cats Productions, that is another sponsor. We have La Voz en Off. La Voz en Off, that is another sponsor. That it's a very nice radio program. That it's every Sunday 10 p.m. La Voz en Off. We have another one that it's XS Radio, XS Radio. We broadcast there too. And let me check if I forget something. Yes, my personal DJ page, that is DJ Broken Glass on Facebook, DJ Broken Glass, and DJ Broken Glass in on Instagram. You can find me there.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, and always. And so I'm sure that you conquest the dark heart of many members of my audience. And I wish thank you so much by this great time for our interview, my noble friend. And I wait you return here more times. Okay?
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm really glad. I'm really glad to stay here and talk with you, and check the messages of your of your audience. I really I want to tell all the people that I really can't understand Portuguese, but I promise I am going to do my best to translate some of the messages, so I can know what they mean, because I want to answer I want to answer them, but I don't understand Portuguese. But I'm gonna do my best to translate to Spanish, and then I can answer in English or in Portuguese. I'm gonna use the translator to answer you.
Okay. Yes, we will find. We will. I think you are. They are amusing. They are amusing. They are charming. And sometimes a bit weird. But are great
Well,
ones. I
you
love
know,
all this.
in this subculture, we can expect the unexpected.
Oh yeah, this is a true fact. This is a true fact, my noble friend. So I have now one more music theme here to play. Do you stay with us to enjoy a little bit of music?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right, and then after the music, I have the last messages for our audience.